I mean, do we really want to run two briberies instead of the sowings? It's like the sowings didn't do enough, whereas the bribery would have just won the game on the spot. The sowings wouldn't have done enough. So I'm gonna spend 8 tickets. I'm gonna spend 8 tickets. Well, are there other decks we get to use it against? We need to assess. There have to be other decks that we get to bribe before I consider investing in a whiteboard or bribery. I might even want to splurge the extra ticket just to get the Mercadian version. So are there other decks in Modern that can't beat this? It's good against the Reanimator deck? I mean, I feel like in both situations it's still too slow. So it's, I mean, I mean, Shaheen was swearing by it, said he loved it in the Tron matchup. You just disrupt them a little bit and then you bribery and then you win. It's also good against gifts. Nobody plays gifts though. Whiteboarder, pest border. Lahula, thanks for the follow. I don't know. I don't know if I care enough about Modern to invest that much to continue playing Blue-Eyed Red. Good against new elves that runs Emmy. Oh, the one that... Oh, man! Mixon, I saw that deck. It was actually really cool. Went Infinite Life and then cast Emrakul. The same... It was like nuts. It was doing like the two of the most degenerate things you can do in Modern. Gain Infinite Life and cast Emrakul. Like, putting Emrakul into play in Modern and or gaining Infinite Life at the same time, Mixon, is just disgusting. Chris Van Meter was on that deck, wasn't he? I was watching him do it. The Infinite Loop. That seemed very nuts. It's very powerful. I don't know. I mean, maybe that could be a stream goal. I just don't. We don't really have the tickets to even play another Legacy Daily right now. Oh no, we got a donation. We did get some donations tonight, so I think we can for the next stream. But I mean, if that's enough decks, maybe. You know, I mean, I'm always hopeful. You know, I'm always hopeful. I mean, if there's enough decks, then maybe this is... let me pull it back up. Moto closed on me. Hey, Poon. What's up, Destroyer? Like, whether... so... Okay, the Elves deck that likes to go Infinite and then cast the Emrakul. Bribing their Emrakul. We don't even get the trigger on the Emrakul, right? It's just you put it into play. Put it into play. So you just take the Emrakul. Okay. Well, they usually just run a one. Like, there's a one of Emmy in stuff like no more than one. But then you won't see it, and then you lose anyway. Like, Sowing Salt used to be a one of, and I would never see it. You run it as a two of, and like it doesn't even win the match. It's like, that just doesn't feel good. You take it and then you kill them with their own enemy. I mean, I think that's hilarious, and I think that would be justice, and I would feel like the greatest Magic player in the world. I bet that's why Shaheen was trying it. Magic sucks that way. I mean, I would feel like the most glorious blue-white-red control mage that ever lived. Clark Clan combo? Yeah, they do run Emmy, don't they? I'm just trying to think of all the Emmy decks. What's another good example? You can't do it against Bloom Titan. Bloom Titan... Okay, I got a Titan. That's great. Now what? Like, what am I gonna do with Prime Time? Maybe it's better than some of the other deck cards in that matchup. Is that another example of a match where you would bribery? Let's put it into the sideboard because I'm probably gonna take a nap and I'll probably forget all about it. I'm gonna be out like a light. A Chroma? Bribery. Spiciest steel ever. Well, hold up. So you bribery. Oh, this... Oh, that's the reprint for Moto. Interesting. Is that one cheaper than the Mercadian? I didn't even think about that one. I just didn't have a picture. Whoa, how much is this guy? It's about the same price. Okay. I'd probably just go with the OG Classic Bribery instead. It's about the same price. I just don't want white border if I can help it. So I'd probably go with this one. The Classic Bribery is solid. Well, okay, so are they going to run a chroma? I mean, is this enough of a hedge to beat that, to win that matchup? I don't know. Pearl Lake is feeling like it should be main. Feels to me like it should be main. Let's put it back into the main. I really did like it in the main. It was like totally unanswerable in the format. Completely. So we cut 2 sewings and we moved a Pearl Lake to the main, and we're going to move something to the sideboard. I'm sorry, Ojutai's command. I'm going to trim you at least by 1. We really need the Sphinx's Rev. So let's brew this. Let's build this as if we had everything that we wanted, which would probably be replacing the extra Ojutais with the Sphinx's Rev. Pact Negation can go back into the sideboard, actually. I don't really think it should have been main in the first place. So Sphinx's Rev, do we want to go back to 4 paths? Maybe I should go up to 25 lands as well. I really like that Pearl Lake Ancient though. So how are we curving if we don't have... Let's curve it without the blood, without the braid mana online, and see if we like it. So 3s, 4s, and above. So it kind of curves like that. Colonnade I like to put in the 1s. .24 is 2 lights is mixing. Okay. I missed the... I used to run a Glacial. That really made the Cryptic a lot easier. It made my life... I would lose a little less life when you run something like that. Not Glacial Chasm. Glacial Fortress. I used to have the filter lands for this color combination. I don't anymore. But I think Glacial's a fine one-of. Especially since I went greedy and shoved in a Desolate, which really shouldn't be there anyway. Okay, so we're 1 Rev and we're 2 Briberies short. I think the Negation is supposed to be in the board if we're going to run it at all. Yeah, I mean, with the playset of Think Twice, I think the 25 lands won't feel awkward. We did trim a path. That did happen. Maybe I could stop like worrying so much about the burn matchup game 1 and trim back down to just 2 Helix. I really do worry about that matchup more than I probably should. But I feel like they just game 1 crap on me every time if I don't see the Lightning Helix. That's why I like the 3 of. Also helps against Boil. Yeah, so what are our non-Boil lands? This, and these, that's it? Everything else is boilable? That's all boilable? That's plenty of non-boilable lands, right? I freaking got boiled earlier, guys. Isn't Anticipate just better than Telling Time? Did I say Telling Time? I meant Think Twice. I'm sorry, Greek, that probably confused you. No, I'm not running either. I'm just running Think Twice because it works really well with the Braid, because you go turn 2 Braid and then you get to upkeep Think Twice for single blue, and then next up you get to do it again. Yeah, we did get boiled, House. Ugh. There were white border boils, too. Oh, I don't know about that, Greek. So we need a Sphinx's and maybe 2 Bribery before I want to pick this up again. I don't think I want to touch it again. Just that Tron match was so gross. The boil and the everything. I don't think I want to touch this deck again until we have the Briberies and the Sphinx's Rev. Now let's talk about how it curves when you do have Braid in play. It feels wonderful. The Helixes cost 1 white. The Bolts are kind of like freebies. Aurelia's also the same case. Of course, you want to pump more into it than just single white, but that's where it starts, is a single white mana. The Think Twice's come down. They're 1 blue. Cryptic, I'm just going to bring over. Cryptic, normally, unless we're fighting during the upkeep, which will sometimes happen if somebody wants to do a counter war during the upkeep. Sometimes this is only 3 blue, but usually you're using that during their turn. The Sphinx's Rev is a 3 CMC 3 mana. As far as colors I actually have to put into it, it's probably going to be more like this. I mean, I'm going to pump as much mana into this as I can, but also have permission if I need to break through. Pearl-like, if you upkeep him, he's blue-blue. The Pact of Negation is blue-blue. This is only if you have Braid online, though. The Celestial Colonnades, they only cost me blue-white. Devastating time. No, I think we want to be very frugal with how we use the Braid. The Braid should just be fueling the burns and fueling the Think Twices, the Colonnades, and the Pearl Lake and the Sphinx's Rev, and sometimes the Aurelius Fury. And letting you use Pact of Negation out of the board should feel fantastic. No, I'm excited. I think that the bribery could be really spice. And obviously people like to play this in Commander, so it's not a horrendous investment. I don't see it, like, if you look at where the card's been going up and down, it's pretty steady. It's pretty steady, about 5 tickets for a bribery. Cyclonic Rift we were trying, mixing, we cut it. Cyclonic Rift instead of the Verdict. But, is this a day stream? Oh, LeBanf, we're about to get off, man. I'm about to get off, but I just want to show you guys real quick how the deck curves. I'm very conscious of, I've tried to make the build very conscious of Blood Moon. As you can see, it's running a lot of basics for this kind of variant. It's got 8 fetch, 4 shock, 6 basic, a falls, a glacial, and then 4 colonnades, 1 loot house. It's very... Yeah, I gotta sleep too, Mixon. I gotta grab a nap at least. Alright, Mix, thanks for coming. But yeah, so if you want to collectively count all the cards that really truly benefit from braids, you're talking this package here, this package here, this package, these cards, the Snapcasters, the Bolts, and the Loot House. So 22 cards in the main get to enjoy the Braid of Fire mana. And then post-board, you're looking at pretty much just the Pact of Negation, admittedly. Maybe sometimes Rending Volley, maybe sometimes. We did use it on the wear side of Terror. So I guess there's like maybe technically 3 cards out of the board that are going to enjoy the Braid of Fire mana. This deck is a lot of fun, Sark, here. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know. I enjoy it. I think that it's been doing a lot of cool things. Like, we can do everything from, like, I've never played Blue-White Red where I can animate more than 1 colonnade. I've had games where I've easily just animated 2 colonnades and held up a Cryptic behind it, or animated 2 colonnades, held up Cryptic plus Dispel, or Cryptic plus something. Like, the fact that you can pay the entire colorless cost of animating 2 colonnades in the upkeep with the Braid is insane. Like, I'm just like, okay, 6 mana, blue-white, animate 2 colonnades, hold up the rest of my mana, hit you for 8. Okay, you're gonna path? Okay, well, Dispel. Cryptic. You see me play 2 games? No, and then I just got crushed by Tron. We need to beat Tron, and the Sowing Salt isn't good enough. We're gonna bribery from now on.